This is gonna go disastrously wrong. My ability to multitask, not good. Hi guys, I'm back and I'm not in my usual place. At the moment I am in the middle of moving house. I'm packing everything, I'm sorting everything. It's crazy, so I'm really sorry that I missed last week's episode, but in between that and work and just doing extra stuff, it's a lot of work to try and carve out like an hour or so, or a couple of hours to like film, edit, everything. So I'm really sorry, but I will try and stick to my weekly schedule now. But once again, I'm very low on time, so this vlog will be a multitasking vlog. I need to dye my hair because this is like what's the actual what. Look, and then this is entirely different. No, that's not okay. So yes, we are dyeing my hair whilst giving you a vlog. So I hope you don't mind that half of this, my head will look like an ice cream, but deal with it, okay? Here we go. So what spurred this on is it's Valentine's Day today. Mwah, the day of love. Except it's not for us who are happily single. Yes, I'm single, and yes, I'm happy about it. I'm actively single through design. Okay, it kind of got me thinking because I see so many like YouTubers and things who travel around with their other halves, like their husbands, their girlfriends, their wives, whatever. And I was just like, well, I almost always travel by myself. I've gone with a couple of friends sometimes, but most of the time I am a solo traveler. And I was kind of thinking, which one is cheaper? Is it cheaper to travel by yourself, or is it cheaper to travel with a partner? And I think there's like pros and cons to both, which I'm gonna talk about. And through my experience of traveling with a friend or a buddy or whatever, and traveling by myself, I will let you know what I think. And yeah, obviously, always, I'm very interested in knowing what you guys find. So have you traveled with a friend? Have you traveled with a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever? F-buddy, I don't know, maybe the experience will be different. Let me know in the comments down below because I love having conversations with you guys, okay? What I love about traveling alone is probably that there's no schedule. There is absolutely no schedule. I can do whatever I want. I can roll out of bed at like 11, 12. No one's gonna be like, Helen, get up, we need to get up at this time. No, I can do what I want. If I want to get up at 6 in the morning, I can do that too. There's nobody there stopping me, except myself, because I don't get up at 6 in the morning. You are the king and queen of your own travel and your own day. So I can do whatever I want whenever I go traveling by myself. If I suddenly want to veer away from what I'd planned on doing that day because of the weather or something, or if something catches my eye, I can just go do that. I don't have to consult anyone and be like, do you actually want to do this? And there's no kind of compromise, and I'm not worried about, is the other person bored? Is this not in their budget? Would they hate this? You know, I'm purely just like, it's all about me. It's like when you solo travel, it's entirely about you. I also get to eat whatever the hell I want, and there is no judgment. So I can have 2 ice creams a day and there's no one there to go, whoa, Hells, be careful, what are you doing to yourself, you lard ass? I'm just like, nah, all the ice cream for me. Except if you guys see me in the vlogs like, did she have 2 ice creams that day? And comment, then I may cry, but it's my body, I'll do what I want to. One of the other things I love about traveling by yourself is that you are totally challenged. Everything is down to you. Just like I said, you are the king and queen of your own travel. That very much means that all of the planning, all of the budgeting, booking, everything is also down to you. And this can also mean that you have to communicate by yourself. So you have to learn a language. You have to actually put yourself out there, meet people. You are completely challenged to survive solely on your own because you are on your own. And I found that is incredible. That's helped my confidence, my self-development so much, just because before that, I'm one of 3 kids. I had friends around me, people helped me do stuff, and when I was completely by myself, it was definitely a challenge, and I've come up against things that I was like, ooh, can I do this? And I always overcome it. And then as soon as you know you can overcome something, everything seems less scary, and you're just like, yeah, come on, bring on the challenge. I can do it because I am a solo traveler. And because of all that challenge, you get to know yourself so much better. There's loads of people who say, you know, like, travel to find yourself. It sounds like just a rubbish screensaver, but it's true. You really do learn so much about yourself. I'm dyslexic, and so therefore I've had lots of people sort of tell me, you're not stupid, but you'll find things very hard. In a nice sort of super patronising way, you're going to struggle. And because of that, I didn't attempt certain things. I put myself down, and as soon as I solo travelled, literally, like, my mum, bless her, she loves me and I love her, it's great, but when I told her that I was going to go around Greece and stuff by myself, an island by myself, before Sarah joined me, she was like, how are you going to get around? How will you tell the time? What will you do? And I'm like, it's fine, I'll do it. Like, I'll learn how to do these things as I go. And as long as you're sensible, a lot of the time you can do whatever you set your mind to. Just don't go walking down any dark alleyways at night. Also, you make more friends. If you are by yourself, especially if you're a female by yourself, people will try and befriend you. Not just to hit on you, but people will honestly, they'll want to help you, they'll want to hear your travel stories and things. And I think if you're with a partner, sometimes you're less likely to get approached because they're like, well, they're happy, they're in their little couple bubble, they're fine. They don't need anything, whatever. But if you're by yourself, literally people will invite you to things. They will offer you, like, to come and have a meal with them sometimes. I've had that before. I've had people offer to show me around the towns and cities and things. It's fantastic, and I've made some really lovely friends just by being by myself, wandering around. People stopping me in the street going, are you alone? Are you okay? Are you lost? Which I always am. What I don't love about solo travel, one of the things is there's no one to share the big moments with. I've had some moments where I'm standing looking at some incredible scenery and the wind is in my hair when it's not like this, and been so magical, and I've turned to my side and there's no one there to share it with other than you guys. I think one of the big reasons why I wanted to start this channel is that I'm by myself a lot of the time, and it's nice to be like, hey guys, look what I'm doing, because I like to share my accomplishments, my experiences, the good and the bad, just to, you know, because we're humans, we want to connect with people. And so I think that's something that when you're by yourself, it can be quite difficult because, yeah, there's no one to tell, to be like, hey, did you see that funny cat? That was hilarious. Which can be a little bit lonely as well. I've only had this little bit because a lot of the time I'm doing longer travel, but I haven't been anywhere for like 6 months yet. I may be doing some soon. But I should imagine it will get quite lonely if I'm completely by myself in a whole other country for longer than like 5 months or something. And just like I said, the challenges that you can overcome, things are more difficult when you're by yourself. If you have another person with you, or if you're in a group, you have more heads to kind of come up with solutions. You can problem solve all together. Somebody can, like, oh, I'll stay with the bags and I'll go get this, and like that. You have an extra body and an extra brain to kind of come at things with different perspectives. If you're by yourself, situations can be a little bit harder, sometimes a little bit scary as well because you're alone. Now, I have done some travel with a partner, with some friends and things like that, and it's only been like 1 or 2 people together. Yeah, occasionally I'll have somebody with me. What I love about traveling with a buddy is the biggest thing. There's someone there to share everything with. Your memories, your big moments, the hilarities, the oh my god, I can't believe we missed the bus again moments. There's someone there to share in your triumphs and your fails. And I think that's super important. It's a great friendship building thing. It's fantastic if you have somebody to sort of look back on those memories with as well, and it all comes flooding back as soon as you see them and like, remember that time? Yes, I do, because you were there too. Also, is it actually cheaper? It may well be. Sometimes you can share the costs of things. Hotel rooms and stuff, often you won't even have a choice of a single, but sometimes for some mad reason, a single room is so much more expensive than a double room. I don't know why. But yeah, if you have a buddy with you, if you're staying in a hostel or something, a lot of times if there's two of you can actually get some really good deals because there's two of you, or group deals. If you're with a group as well, you can get some fantastic group deals from like planned travel places. Sharing the cost of food, sharing the cost of petrol if you're on a road trip, sharing the costs of everything can make it a lot cheaper if you are with a buddy. Also, talking about hostels, you've got a friend to sit with. It's kind of like high school all over again, where do I sit in the cafeteria? If you have a partner, then you always have somebody with you. I have no problem eating alone. I'm quite happy, no one's there going, hey, you got food on your face or whatever. I'm happy to eat by myself, but I know some people can find it very uncomfortable to eat by themselves or to go see a show by themselves. They need a partner, and you know, if you travel with somebody, you have a partner right there, use them, that's great. And that being said, it can feel a bit safer as well because you have a whole extra person with you, even if it's like a short blonde girl. It just feels safer because of course there's two of you or a group of you rather than just your lonesome. And just like I said before, you have more heads to tackle problems. If there's any issues that come up, you can bounce ideas off of each other, you can problem solve, one of you can stay with the bags while the other person gets the tickets, that sort of thing. Just having an extra person to keep an eye on you, your stuff and where you're going, and to keep an eye on the itinerary, the budget, all of that sort of thing. Extra pair of eyes is always very helpful. So those are my favourite things about travelling with a partner. What I don't love about travelling with a partner, you do need to be super considerate. If you aren't going to bicker all the time, you need to kind of take into account that this person might not want to do exactly what you want to do. They might not have the exact same budget as you do, and they might not have the same time as you do. So you've got to really constantly be thinking about the other person. And that sounds lovely, like obviously you want to be considerate of that other person, but it is tricky as well if you've planned this incredible trip for you and you know the stuff that you want to do and your friend just doesn't want to do that stuff. It can be really awkward and it can lead to arguments as well. One of the other things that I really hate, if you're in your company the whole time, you can have these little petty arguments that turn into massive arguments, and it could actually really mess up a friendship if you're not careful. So do be careful of who it is you're taking with you. Make sure that you can deal with kind of being in each other's faces all the time, because you're going to see that face a lot if you're long-term traveling. And just like I was saying, it can be cheaper to travel with a partner. It can also be more expensive, especially if you want to try and get like seats together or something, or if you want to get a private room together. It can be more expensive because of course there's two of you rather than one of you. So just bear that in mind. And the biggest thing that I don't like about traveling with a partner is it's not as much of a challenge. Yes, it might be a challenge to the friendship or relationship. It might be a challenge still for you guys if you want to go hiking or whatever. You might come up against certain things, but because you're not by yourself, you aren't fully only relying on yourself. There's no safety net of an extra person if you're by yourself. If you are with a partner, then you kind of do subconsciously rely on them a little bit, like it'll be okay, or the worst, they'll rely on you a lot more and they'll kind of take a back seat to everything, and you have to organise everything whilst dragging this extra person along. It's fine if it's completely under your own esteem, but if it's a whole extra person who is just sort of coasting whilst you're doing all the work, it can be very annoying, and again, temper tantrums and things like that occur, which can really mess up relationships, so just be aware. Anyway, I am going to go before my hair falls off. Like I say, I will try and keep up to date with these vlogs. I don't know if I want to tell you where I'm going yet, but basically, yeah, I'm moving house at the moment, but I will be traveling some more. I've got some very cool stuff coming up. I'm very, very excited, but things are hectic right now. Everything's in boxes. That's my washing up. I'm gonna do in a minute. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Thank you so much for liking, commenting and subscribing, and I'll see you in the world. Thanks for watching. Bye.